All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's break up this watch talk into two parts. We'll talk about the two watch fantasy. If you could just have a fantasy of being free from wrist rotation anxiety and just having two watches in your collection. I sometimes have that fantasy. What do you mean sometimes, McMahon? What do you mean sometimes? Quite a bit, quite obsessively. What are your two watches, McMahon? I don't know. If I could just focus these two. If I could just, what a simple life. A simple man, a simple life, a good pure heart. Living my life with just two watches. How you guys doing, man? Are you guys doing okay during the lockdown pandemic situation? Some of you are telling me, McMahon, what's happening to my watch obsession during the pandemic? I've lost my mojo. I've stopped buying watches. I got nothing. Some of you are saying, actually, I'm more obsessed than ever because I got more free time. I actually see both your points regarding that. For me personally, it's weird. There's like this disconnect. Part of me still will look at watches obsessively on the eye candy internet station, which is about every click you make. It's disgusting. So you got your eye candy internet channel, which is constantly dopamining your brain. And yet there's this disconnect because, being a watch dude is partly a public life. You're living a public life. You're in the public. And my wife and I, who are both teachers, I'm doing asynchronous online teaching. My wife's doing live Zoom, which is, dude, it's awful doing live Zoom. But, we've been in the house for 10 months. I quit shopping 6 weeks ago after I got sick. I tested negative, but still I quit going. So now we're having food delivered. And it's just weird being a watch dude. It's just weird being a human being. I hope you guys are doing all right. The SBDC 125, all stainless. Could you imagine just having two watches? You wear that on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Then you know exactly where you're going. Now, I'm lucky. This doesn't have any warts. Seiko is delivering watches with lots of warts, chapter ring issues, all sorts of weird issues, quality control issues. I got lucky. I got no warts on this bad boy, and it probably needs to be cleaned because I wear it a lot. I got the Captain Willard, no warts. I did change the bracelet, strap code. Some of you guys don't like it. Some of you do. But what a simple life that would be. Just those two. And this one, of course, I would wear on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I wear like 3-4 watches a day just to break the monotony of the lockdown. That's my excuse anyway. I love that shape. It's unique. I wish I had the King Turtle just so I could compare them. King Turtle's a little bigger. King Turtle's about 45. This one's 42 and a half. And it's got like that chocolate bar dial. I'd like to try it. They're cheap. What are they, like under $400 and they have sapphire? That's ridiculous. I'd like to try one to see if this Willard at $1,200 is worth the extra money. The only thing about the Willard, I wish the lume was a little better. I mean, if I put a flashlight on it, it looms it up for a while. It's fine. So my other question is, do I have a military watch in my collection? And, I have an imperfect military watch. Now, this Citizen ProMaster Land, black with the orange accent, to me, this is a military style watch. I wouldn't call it a military watch. It's just too fancy pants. For me to have a real military watch, I have to not worry about it being subject to tough conditions. And the ProMaster Land Citizen, this is a GPS. I mean, it's got Duratec coating, so it makes it tough, but I'm not going to wear this in the field, as it were. It's got a screw-down crown, sapphire. It's got the big, legit, big, nice, easy-to-read Arabic numerals. And I mean, this is a stock bracelet. I'm clearly a fan of this watch. I even have it in anthracite blue. And let's get some focus on that bad boy. They just put it down there. So I got, and that one's on a strap code bracelet. And to me, these are too fancy pants to be military watches. I love the military style of them. I don't even think a black watch would be military because you're dealing with coating. I think you want a non-coated watch. The anthracite pops pretty nicely. Man, it'd be tough to choose between the anthracite and the black. Probably go with the anthracite just because it's a unique color. Some of you didn't like the Halloween of the orange popping out of the black, but as you can see, there's some subtle differences there in the dial. You can see one's more of an anthracite blue, one's more of an oily charcoal black. Sweet pieces. Now I do have closer to a military watch, but I mean the Citizen Tough. Now these things are very affordable. You can get them for like under $300 new. You can get them used for $200. It has sapphire. And it has big Arabic numerals. The only thing is, I wish they would have made non-chrono, because the chrono indoors obscures the legibility. Interestingly, when I wash the cars outdoors, it's not a problem, nor is it a problem at night, because all you see is the loom at night, so night's fine. This is close enough. I'm not going to buy a quote military watch. I guess you could call it a glorified beater, honestly. You're dealing with sapphire. Now, Bruce Williams, he reviewed the non-chrono version. It's 41.5 millimeter. Interestingly, it's advertised as a 42, but Bruce, I think he measured it. It was 41.3, 41.5, but the lugs being over 50 give even the smaller version some heft on the wrist. The smaller version is easier to read. So this would be my non-military, military contradiction, military watch. Just in other words, it's my glorified beater. And so I've got these going on. But honestly, if I could just have two watches in my collection, I mean, there's something about the all stainless, and you know, the SBDC 125 and the Captain Willard. They really gave me confidence that I can wear a smaller watch, because both of these are in the 42 millimeter ballpark. I had it in my head that I needed something like 44, 45, needed to rock a big 45 Oris key, and these watches really changed my orientation on watch size. I don't think I like the idea of going under a 42, but 42, I'm getting plenty of wrist presence with those. So that would be my fantasy 2. And so, what is today? Sunday. I've been doing my best to stay off of the watch obsession. I told you guys, man, I'm doing a lot of kettlebells, a lot of reading, a lot of book reviews. Amazon sends me books to review for them, and I've been keeping busy, but it appears there's little cure to the watch disease. It's so weird. You know, why would I even spend more time looking at watches I don't need? And especially, you know, I'm not even living a public life. I mean, the only public life I'm really living is doing an occasional YouTube video. How you guys doing, man, with your watch hobby in the lockdown? Is it presenting any challenges? Are you escaping even more into watches? I'll tell you what. I think I'm escaping more into food. I think food's a big deal right now. I've gained a little weight. And I'm eating pretty clean, but I'm eating a lot. You know, I made this presentation with the window open, and I'm hearing ambient sounds. Dogs, planes, lawnmowers. I'm not digging that, man. Next time, I think I'll close the window. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are doing all right during the pandemic. I'm a little blah today. I think you heard it in my voice. But I'm going to go hang out with my family. I'm going to reboot, man. I'm going to reboot. I don't know what watch I'm going to wear when I reboot. No, I do know. I'm going to wear the Willard. I'm going to wear the Willard. I'm going to reboot, man, on this glorious Sunday. I'm going to reboot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, I am out.